Hello students, myself Professor Ankur. I welcome everyone for the GATE sum session on analog circuits. Today we are going to solve sums on miscellaneous topic. So this is our third sum session on miscellaneous problem. Let's start with the session now. So let's take a question. This is from the GATE 2013 EC paper. The question is, in the circuitry shown below, what is the output voltage Vout if a silicon transistor Q and an ideal op-amp are used? So if you observe the question, options are given as minus 15, minus 0.7, plus 0.7 and plus 15. So if you observe carefully, there is an op-amp with plus 15 and minus 15 as a VCC supply, a resistance of 1 kilo ohm, and in the feedback path we are having a transistor Q with base terminal grounded. For the op-amp, the non-inverting terminal is connected to ground and the input supplied or connected to the circuitry is plus 5 volt. So now how do you find the output voltage? By definition, VBE of a transistor is defined as VB minus VE. When you look at a transistor carefully, the base node is connected to ground. So VBA is VB minus VE and VB is connected to ground. So VB is 0. So automatically VBE is minus of VE. VE is terminal voltage of emitter for the transistor and the terminal is directly connected to Vout. So it is as good as VBE is 0 minus Vout. So what is the value of Vout? Minus of VBE. So automatically the answer has to be minus 0.7 volt. So VBE is VB minus VE. VB is 0 and VE is Vout or VO. Hence the value of VO or Vout will be minus 0.7 volt. So the correct answer for the question is option B, minus 0.7 volt. This is from the GATE 2016 EC paper. Let's have a look at the question. The question is, for the circuitry shown in the figure, R1 equal to R2 equal to R3 equal to 1 ohm, inductor L is 1 microfarad and capacitor C is 1 microfarad. The input voltage Vin is cos of 10 raised to 60. Then the overall voltage gain V out by Vin of the circuitry is. So this is a circuitry given to us where an input is applied to the op-amp circuitry. If you observe the circuitry carefully, the Vin is applied to the plus pin of the op-amp and the feedback is connected to the minus pin. So this is basically a non-inverting amplifier type arrangement. And the second circuitry is basically a impact where you are having R3, R2 and C as shown in the figure. So this is basically analogous to a filter type arrangement. So if I want to get the overall voltage gain V out by V in, I need to solve individually. The output of the first circuitry will work like an input for the second circuitry. So here we will go to solve in the S domain. So in the S domain, the inductor will be taken as SL and the capacitor will be taken as 1 by SC. So when we talk about the first circuitry gain, it will be as good as 1 plus RF by R1. So now when we talk about the first circuitry gain, it will be 1 plus RF by R1. So here it will be 1 plus R1 by SL. So the value of AV1 is 1 plus RF by R1. So instead of RF, we are having the R1 resistor and instead of R1, we are having an inductor. So the gain equation for the non-inverting circuitry will have the value 1 plus R1 by SL. Now the second circuitry is a inverting amplifier with the gain minus of RF by R1. That's a normal definition when there are two resistances. One is RF and other one is R1. So instead of RF here, we are having the resistor R3. And instead of R1 here, we are having an impedance which is a series impact of R2 and a capacitor, which will be 1 by SC. So the gain value will be minus of R3 divided by R2 plus 1 by SC. So since the value of input is given as cos of 10 raised to 60, the omega can be taken as 10 raised to 6. The total gain of the circuitry will be the product of the individual gain. So it is going to be AV1 into AV2. So it is going to be 1 plus R1 by SL into minus of R3 SC divided by 1 plus R2 SC. So on solving, we will get minus of R3 SL plus R1 divided by 1 plus SC R2. So if you observe carefully, we will land up at a value on substitution of values as minus 1, because from the function, the inductor and the capacitor will get cancelled out directly in the ratio impact, because both of them are having the value 1 micro. So the left out term, which is going to be minus of R3 SL plus R1 divided by 1 plus SC into R2, on substitution will land up to a value of minus 1. So the overall voltage gain of the circuitry is going to be minus 1. This is the answer, minus 1. Next question is from the GATE 2016 EC paper. Let's have a look at the question. And the question is, consider the constant current source shown in the figure. So this is the question. Let beta represent the current gain of the transistor. The load current IO through RL is option A, IO is equal to beta plus 1 by beta into Vref by R. IO is equal to beta upon 1 plus beta into Vref by R. IO is equal to beta plus 1 by beta Vref by 2R. And IO is equal to beta upon beta plus 1 into Vref by 2R. So here, if you observe the diagram carefully, the Zener reference voltage is between the VCC and the plus pin of the op-amp. So for the op-amp, we can say that V plus pin is going to be equal to the V minus pin, because the non-inverting potential will be equal to the inverting potential, because of the property of the op-amp that the internal resistance is very, very high and the current inside the op-amp is as good as 0. So the terminal points will be as good as same potential or equipotential points. With that concept, the reference Zener diode, the lower end of the Zener diode will be as good as at the minus pin. So the top pin is at VCC and the bottom is at minus pin. It is as good as the V reference will directly come across the resistor R. So here, when I find the value of the current, since V plus is equal to V minus, the V ref will directly come across R. The value of emitter current will be V ref by R, because the transistor that is shown in the diagram is a PNP transistor. So if you can observe the arrow carefully, it is a PNP transistor. So the corresponding current in that path is the emitter current. So now IC is basically alpha times IE, where alpha is defined as beta upon 1 plus beta. So now I can take IC is same as IO. So that's the reason IO will become alpha times IE, where alpha will be replaced by beta upon 1 plus beta and IE will be replaced by Vref by R. So automatically the value of IO will become beta upon beta plus 1 into Vref by R, implies the correct option for this question is option B. IO is equal to beta upon beta plus 1 into Vref by R. That is answer B.